Hello, this is John W7DBO with the Field Radio Podcast. In this video extra, we're going to be providing a step-by-step tutorial on building a VHF, UHF GoBox for voice and digital communications. This first introductory video is just going to cover the project outline and philosophy of use. If you have heard about our Field Radio Podcast, you can go to www.fieldradiopodcast.org for more information. So before beginning any project, it's a good idea to have a goal statement or a mission in mind. That way it helps you define what you're looking for in the gear and what capabilities you're looking for in operating. And it also gives you a measuring stick to know at the end if you accomplished your goal. So the goal statement for this build box is have the capability for a portable system that a single operator can operate in a remote location using voice and digital modes on VHF, UHF amateur radio bands. So just that statement there gives us some key items to know that this is a single operator system. It needs to be packable and removable because it'll be in a remote location. And also the operator is going to need operate voice and digital on the VHF, UHF bands. So the specifications, getting a little bit deeper, is the radio has to have a minimum of 50 watt VHF power output. It has to have some interface for digital modes, and it also needs to be a dual band 2 meter for 40 megahertz. The power requirement is at least a 12 amp hour minimum power. It needs to be able to accept external power, such as additional power, and also accept solar power charging. Additional items is we need some accessory power for power pole, 12 volt USB in the box to support accessory items. Going to need an SWR meter. This is a very important item, especially when you're doing portable field operations, is you need to know that your signal is getting out and you're not just not heating up the antenna and the radio. Going to need a power meter to know what power we have left, and also external speakers. We do not want to rely on the built-in speaker of the radio. Now some extras. These are just add-ons. Some lighting, clock, and some type of dashboard that we can put papers on and be able to put notes or tactical call signs, different information like that for event support. The voice interface, we're looking for a tabletop microphone and a headset. And the digital interface, we're looking to operate FL Digi modes, APRS, WinLink, and Packet. Like we talked about, some extras. We want some lighting, some clocks, some document dashboard. And the configuration for this specification is we want a 2-box option. We want a base box that holds the radio and the power, and then a head box that holds the remote head of the radio and the speakers. So we want a smaller box that will sit on a table and a base box that will sit below the table. Complementary items. These are items that we know this system will use, but we're not going to work on it with this project. We know we need a laptop tablet device. We want to be able to have a 40 amp hour power box as an additional power source. We know we want an AC power supply box to supply power to the radio when we do have AC mains. We want a solar power box and panels that'll be able to recharge the battery. We have multiple antenna configurations. So in this project, we're not going to define what those antennas are, but we know we do need antennas to make this work. And then we also know we need support equipment, canopy, tables, chairs, and etc. So by identifying the complementary items, it helps you limit your scope and keep from doing project creep into your project. So we know all these things will be complementary, but we're not going to address solar charging in the battery and the box. We're not going to address putting a power supply for AC. So these are all things that we know that this box will need to support various configurations. So settling in on equipment, we're going to go with the Kenwood D710GA. This radio was selected quite a while ago when I knew I wanted to do this project when I bought it, because I know I wanted the interface that it has with a built-in TNC, built-in APRS, the ability to easily interface into packet operations and WinLink operations. And so the D710GA plus the remote head fits this specification that I've outlined. I also know I want to do biano power 12 amp hour LiFePO4 battery. That's going to give the maximum amount of energy in a 12 amp hour battery and the least amount of weight. And so for the ammo cans, we know we want a MCM ammo case, which is going to be for the base, and then a smaller plano ammo can case that'll be for the head. We know we need to add a SignalLink USB for the FL Digi operations. And be able to meet the need for plugging in headsets and tabletop mics, we're going to use a MFJ microphone selector switch. And then for the SWR meter, we'll grab a meter that I already have and build that into the box to meet that demand. Continuing, we're going to use a DROC power meter. This power meter is configurable to be able to know what energy you have left in your batteries. We know we're going to add some power outlets, power pole, 12 volt, USB. We're going to have dual speakers, so the A, B channels of the dual band radio can have separate speakers. We're going to add some USB lights. An external charge port can either take AC or solar, so we can charge the battery when not in use or within use with the solar. And then we also want an alternate power pole, which means we can plug in that larger battery that we identified as a complementary item, or we can plug in the AC power supply, which is a complementary item also. So the next steps in this project, a rough equipment layout. So we start taking the pieces and put them in the box. So this will be coming up in the next video. And then once we get a rough layout of where the equipment's going to lay in the box, we're going to do panel design and fabrication via 3D printing. And then we're going to build the box, start the assembly. Then once everything is in and built, then we'll address the wiring harnesses and moving the wiring around in the box. And then once that is complete, we'll do the testing and deployment of the box. So I hope you enjoyed this first video. This is just an introduction. Many videos to come in this project, including how to design 3D panels for printing, how to lay out equipment in the boxes, how to install equipment. And so this is going to be a multi YouTube video project. And this is all in support of our Field Radio podcast. So once again, you can go to fieldradiopodcast.org for more information. And I hope you subscribe to our podcast. Thank you for watching.